So in this video we're going to be looking at the new Kactoily product that I promised a couple of videos ago. Kactoily, a company that make water products to make our lives a little bit easier. They do things like they do water quality, they do water testing, drinking water, tap water, ponds, you name it. They kind of look at all the different ways you can measure the quality of water going into either our ponds or in the glass of water or whatever you want to do. So they sent me a new product anyway that we're going to have a look today, and this is a wireless version. So first of all, we're going to have a look in the box and see what comes in the box and then how it all works, because I believe there's going to be a little app that comes with it this time, because we've always asked Kactoily, look, it would give us a monitor that we can take away with us. You can take away on holiday, you can take away on a shopping trip, you can take wherever, and we can dial in and look and see what's happening with the pond. So let's have a look in the box first. So here we go, Kactoily box. Different box this time. It's usually a long box. It's a bit of a shorter box this time. So in the box we've got, I don't know what those are, we'll have a look at those in a moment. The unit that will be based somewhere near to the receiver. So this is, sorry, this is the receiver. That will be the receiver. That shows at an instance what it is. This is the unit that goes into the filter system, into the side of the pond, into your aquarium, wherever. And that sends a signal from there to there. Wire to plug in this, I believe. Yep. Don't know what this is. Don't know what that is. We'll come back to the instructions for that. Sachets, these are to calibrate the pH levels and everything else for this unit as you put it in. So that's just telling you to remove this cap. You have a cap on the end here which has fluid in, and it keeps the probe moist. And the instructions. Oh, Wi-Fi connection, look at that. Fantastic. So this is showing you basically how to let's start. Right, so we'll get this thing set up. We'll put the main unit that takes the information from the pond. I usually put this into my last bay in my filter system. I'll put it next door to the other one because that's another wireless one we've been using, but this is going to be a Wi-Fi one. So this will be able to connect into my phone. So I'm going to put this in here first. Now in the little boxes that we got, we didn't look at those little boxes. This is where all your plugs are and your other stuff. There's a little more plugs in there. And then in this one we've got a little unit that you can put your sender unit into, and then you can sort of base that, you can tie it over something, you can do whatever. I haven't been able to use this yet because it hasn't been wide enough for me to stick in my pond, but I'll have a go because you never know, Kactoily might have changed it for me. I don't know. Right, so I'm going to get it all set up first. I'm going to put this base station or the receiver into the garage because that's where this is going to live, next to my other one, my other wireless ones, and I can just compare it then. And then I'm going to calibrate this end because you've got to calibrate the pH levels for there and get some comparisons. So let's get this fitted. Right then, so receiver unit. I've already got one up on the wall here. So we've already got one here operating now. We're going to put that side by side so it'll go there. The monitor all goes on there. So let's just get it all plugged in and get it working. And then we'll just see how the Wi-Fi bit works. Get it all turned on. Right, so we're just going to let that settle down a little bit. All the numbers are changing and I've got flashy lights and stuff, so let's see if we can connect it to the phone and see what happens. Right, so first of all we had to find the app, which is something called TUYA, so I found that and we're now installing that. Right, so that's loaded now, so we'll open that. Agree, allow access required, I'll agree that then. Right, so just registered with my email address and set up a password, and I believe we're going to be in. Got it. Right, so tap add a device. Add device. Okay, here we go. Water monitor. We'll have a bit of that. Yes, we're attached to there. Oh, password. Right, water monitor added successfully. Care flipping ching. Done. Oh, sorry, done. Ha! There it is. Ka-ching. Right, so what have we got? What does it tell us? Celsius or Fahrenheit? So you can flick between the two if you're in the Europe or if you're in the US. That's interesting. So what is 21 to 69.9? Sounds a lot, doesn't it, that? So there you go. So now this can... Oh, it's got a little history. Screen light. So that must be able to... We'll play with that in a minute. Oh, turn that on. History. Let's have a look at history. So it looks like temperatures and pH, and you can monitor all that kind of malarkey. TDS, salinity, flow, battery. We don't have got a battery, have we? Right, let's see what else has it got. Let's go back one. Help. So this takes you to sort of the online calibration stuff, how to calibrate it. The Kactoily website, always a really good website that gives you loads of information, operation, how to do everything. Look at that, measurements, the lot. There's I must admit, their website is one of the best websites I've seen for content. You know, little videos to play how to calibrate it, which I'm going to do next. I just want to make sure I get this working first, and then I'll get it all calibrated. And it's all good. So I've now got this at my fingertips on what's going on. So I can look at the pH, I can look at the temperature, I can look at the TDS, the MV, which is the water quality. Dead interesting one, that is. I'm always keeping an eye on that now I know what it is. You know, you've always got to make sure that's between sort of 200 and 400, which is good. Anything below is bad water, anything above is bad water. So that's always a good one. Flow, I don't know what flow is. We'll have to have a look at flow. Right, so I'm going to live with my water monitor now for a couple of weeks. I'm going to get it calibrated. I've got a special trip away somewhere, so I'm going to try the theory of, am I still able to monitor my new Kactoily wireless when I'm somewhere else? So I'm going to be going somewhere else in the next week or two, and I'm going to test this theory, and also going to take my water tester away. Kactoily took me a little water tester, so you can test the quality of water. For example, if you were away somewhere abroad, I don't know, like... So I booked myself on a cruise to go to a load of different places. We're going to be going to Crete, Cyprus, Montenegro, and a number of other Greek stop-offs. So I thought the best thing to do is find somewhere, or somehow, getting around a little bit, around Europe, or a little bit of Europe anyway, and testing out the new app. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time showing you around...
So your team captain is Sophie.
I have no idea. Showing you around the boat really quick, and then we're going to stop at each port. So we're going to stop at Crete, we're going to stop at Cyprus, a number of other little islands, Montenegro, and test the app, because the thing is, on these cruise ships there is no Wi-Fi at all, so you have to wait until you get into port to be able to find a little cafe somewhere to be able to log on and be able to catch up with the app. So my daughter's at home, so I'm going to be conferring with her, so I'm going to log on with her, checking things, turning things off, turning it back on again, checking what the signal is saying on the unit at home. I'm going to try to turn it on and off from here. So I'm going to try loads of different things along the way. And also, if we get a bit of time, I'll show you some of the sites of each stop-off, just give you an idea, because you never know, you may never have sailed before on a ship. So I'm going to maybe just show you a little bit around, show you around the boat really quickly. The size of these boats, they are blooming massive, and I'll try to give you an idea of how big they are, and I'll take some video footage sort of outside the boat. If you can see here, you know, we were just before, as we were getting on, when we flew to Dubrovnik and we got on there, and just the sheer length of the whole boat itself, and then, you know, trying to find your way around the boats. We've been on the boat for a couple of days now, and keep getting lost. But anyway, waffle, let's get on to the first port of call and see how that app does. Right, so I've had to find a coffee shop out in the first port stop in Crete. So like I said, there's no Wi-Fi on the ship whatsoever. So this is the first port of call, so I found a little coffee shop somewhere. Drinking some coffee, obviously coffee shop. And we're just going to check the app to see the first lot. Now we're on the first port of call. So let's have a look at the app. So just looking at the app, it looks like pH is about stable still. Temperature's dropped a little bit. Can't be very warm in England at the moment. So what's new? Yeah, no other change really. So I'm just going to look at the history and see what's happening on the first couple of days while I've been away. Right, this is interesting. On the history, I'm not sure how useful it is at the moment, but again, I've only just started to use this bit. Is the history at the moment is telling me that all of a sudden everything's dropped off. So why would that be? It's all dropped off to 0. Does that mean, oh, wait a minute, what if that means that the monitor has dropped off somewhere? I shall have to check that at home. Right, so just called home, and I've got them to turn off the units both in the receiver and at the other end, and we're going to just check actually while I'm online is to see if I can turn it on and turn it off from Crete. So I'm going to turn the screen off and then turn it back on again. Cool, so I'm going to have to monitor this history now and just see what happens, because at the moment it's just resetting itself, so let's go to somewhere else. Okay, so now I'm in Athens, main city centre. We just dropped into a nice little place to come for something to eat. Just had a Greek gyros, which is like a chicken and chicken meat and like bread and chips. Oh, beautiful. Anyway, so we're back to the test now. So got the app up again. We're going to just fire up the app. Go onto the KoiPondLifestyle water monitor, and there it is. So screen light's still off. Oh, temperature's staying pretty stable at home, 18.1. It was 18 2 days ago when I was in Crete. So now we're in Athens. Salinity's no change. The ORP 284 actually, that's gone up a little bit. Before I left, I've put a different product, or tried a product that's supposed to enhance the fish welfare or well-being in the pond. So I'm doing a video on that at the moment, so we'll be able to go, and it's supposed to increase this ORP, which has gone up from 220 now to 263 on the app, which is good. So I'm now still monitoring this. Let's just have a look quick at the history, because I had a problem with the history last time we opened this up, didn't I? Yeah, see, the history still dropped off. I don't know why. Let's look at the temperature, pH. Yeah, I don't think this is right. It's still working really well. I'm still seeing the results. I'm able to monitor them while I'm away on holiday. So next port of call, we'll see if we can get another bit of signal, and we'll update from there. So this morning we've got up ultra early. It's now just gone 5:30 a.m. because what we're trying to do, we're trying to catch the moment we go into the fjords. Anyway, we're going to Montenegro, and apparently the entrance into Montenegro, where you first sail in, is supposed to be really fantastic to get first thing in the morning. So we got up ultra early, just had a quick brew. There's quite a few people else up. We wandered through the ship, we thought we were the only ones up, but there's quite a few people standing on the front of the boat. So I'm going to make my way over to that area now. Okay, so today we're in Montenegro, making our way back up now on the cruise, heading up towards back to Dubrovnik to catch the flight back home. And I just opened the app again. Oh, missed it. And I've just sussed a little bit of a trick with the app. I actually messaged, what it was, I couldn't get the history to work on the app. So I messaged Kactoily when I was in Athens, and they got back to me and said it should be working. So I contacted home and got home to reset both the sending unit and the receiver unit, and it still seemed the same. So again, like I said, I contacted Kactoily, and while I was speaking to them, I played around with the settings a little bit, and I'll just show you why. Because what I found was this, where both results were just dropped off. As soon as I seemed to leave home, everything dropped down to 0, and Kactoily couldn't figure out why. So all I did was change, where you can see date at the bottom. I just changed the dates. I'll just change these two so I can show you. And now it shows me the history of what's happening. So now, while I'm away, I can actually see things like temperature changes. For example, we were up at 19.5, and it went down throughout the day. It dropped off by 0.2 of a degree, and then it went back to 19.3. So, you know, I'm quite chuffed with this. So we've got Fahrenheit and centigrade, which is quite good. And also I found the TDS. So that's an interesting one on the TDS as well. How it kind of changes throughout the day. And this was yesterday's, so I'm looking at yesterday's results, sort of from 325 and then down to 325 down to 3.5. So it's even showing you the point, you know, quite accurate this is from what I can make out. Again, I can't test it against anything that is going to be with you. So I'm sort of sitting in a little bar now in a quiet little street, just running through everything really on how it's working. So again, just looking at the ORP, it's showing that sort of midnight last night it was at 276, went down to 268 and back up at 276. So this again is brilliant because I can now look and see what's been going on. There's also been, I thought I'd forget to let you know, I've also been testing another bit of tech that Kactoily sent over to me, and that'll be done in a short video because it's only going to be a really short little kind of advert video that I've been doing for Kactoily. So you'll see that all of a sudden it'll just appear somewhere, or I might even put it as a short at the end of this video, I don't know. So anyway, so this is the last day in Montenegro. I'm quite chuffed. You know, I've done 7 days traveling around Greece and had some good results. Every day checking it and checking with home to check that what they're seeing is what I'm seeing. So yeah, very happy with this. Thanks, Kactoily. So just left Montenegro Bay, lovely place it is. Like I say, I showed you a little bit of clips, but going back to the app. So I've tried the app now in a number of places in Europe. I thought, why not? I'm going on a cruise, so I might as well take the app with me and try them out and see if I can get a number of different ways and different things sorted while I'm there. So I've been quite impressed with the app. It's done a really good job. I'm kind of happy with how it's worked out. With being able to see what's going on. I contacted home when the history thing didn't work to just reset everything, but it was user error. Duh! User error that was causing the problem there because I hadn't changed the date on it. If you just leave it as a blank date, it gives you just a vertical line down. Also been able to see the history. I've been able to keep an eye on the temperature, the pH levels, the TDS, and all the different levels that I need to keep an eye on when you're on holiday. So for me, 10 out of 10. Well done, Kactoily. So I think what we'll do now is we better get back to the pond and we'll sort of wrap up there because I want to make sure, I want to see how everything has been on the way back, because don't forget I've got the two running side by side. Right, so there we go. I better make a move and get some more free beers in because I paid for these beers. I'm on an all-inclusive holiday, so let's get some more beers in. I'll catch you back at the pond. And we're back, fresh off the plane and back to the pond. Yeah, busy. So what's been happening while I've been away? Fantastic. I want to say a big thank you to my two daughters, Georgia and Leah, who followed what I needed them to do in and around the pond while I was away to the letter. I've come back with no ammonia spikes. They fed exactly what I told them to feed. We had a little bit of an issue halfway through because as I was going to go off, we had some blanket weed issues that I was like, do I treat or not? But some of the blanket weed came through into the filter system. Luckily Leah was on the ball there, called Grandad over. He came over and sorted the blanket weed out of the filter system before it started any blockages, so fantastic stuff. Pond is still pea soup green. It's UV's been back on now for just over 2 weeks after my little issues. I'm gonna have to wait for the pond to sort itself out, which is a little bit annoying. So Kactoily trials, fantastic. Kactoily, thanks again. 10 out of 10, dead impressed with how everything went with your new Kactoily Wi-Fi unit. Kactoily, the people who like to make products that make our life a little bit easier with only ponds, but aquariums or any other water sources. So yeah, very impressed. I was able to use my phone, as you saw throughout my trip into Greece and Croatia or wherever I was going, on my ship. I kept calling it a boat, didn't I? I was looking back at the things earlier on, I kept calling it a boat. I think it's a ship. Anyway, I'm sure, comment below, you'll tell me. Those who know all about ships will tell me more. So yeah, 10 out of 10, works really well. You're able to look at stuff when you're out there. Kactoily have said they're going to do some really good discounts. I'm going to put the discount codes below this video, so if you click on the use the KoiPondLifestyle link, and they will give you some really good discounts if you're looking at buying any of their products from there. Not only the wireless, you've got the Wi-Fi one, which is a wireless one with Wi-Fi, or you've got the wired one of the first things they brought out. Or you've got, if you've got a pool, if you've got a swimming pool, you want your testing unit to float up and down. There's units like that. They do so much for testing water, and they're always developing, and the products are really good, affordable. You have a look at the unit we've been using for the Wi-Fi and see if you can get a cheaper product that will do everything that product does. I think you'll struggle. Like I said, I put the link in for some really good discounts in the description below if you decide you want one of these things. And if you want to see more details on the cruise, the ship itself, all what was in the ship, and also some more footage of the trips themselves, I'll be placing it in a video just here, which will be on my second channel. Yes folks, I have a second channel. Working on for a while, just putting some bits and pieces on, so that'll be on my second channel, so I'll put the link to it just here. So thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, share, ding the bell for notifications, click that like, because that makes all the difference to, yes, the algorithm. Thanks very much for watching KoiPondLifestyle.